Hi everyone, Big Mac here. Welcome back to Let's Play Yoshi's Story for the Nintendo 64. Today, we're going into Stage 3-2, the Tall Tower. So, I have to admit a couple things before we really get started on this particular level. One is I had to re-record this particular video, not because the quality was any worse than usual, only because the first time that I recorded through this particular playthrough, it was such a bad run that it was like 20 minutes long for this video, just for this particular stage, not including the mini-boss that I will talk about momentarily. I just decided I have to retry this video over again, at least so that it's something a little more succinct looking. That way it's not just Yoshi wandering around aimlessly for 20 minutes. Because one, I don't think I could talk for that long, and two, I don't think you would want to watch it for that long. So anyway, now that we are in level 3, there are a couple of things that we do have to pay attention to. One, we have this particular spring mechanic going on this stage, so if you stand on the tips of the springs, you can generally bounce a little bit higher. So that'll give you a little bit more leverage as you're trying to move around. The way that every Stage 3 works is that there is actually a mini-boss after every Stage 3. So whether you're in Stage 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, or 3-4, there is a mini-boss associated with that particular stage. So, of course, we reach that mini-boss by just collecting our 30 fruits, and from there we can just proceed as normal. Like I already mentioned with this stage, I had to re-record it. I had to record it twice, and so the question is, now that I have a better understanding of where everything is, am I able to collect all 30 fruits this time? The first time I played through this stage, it was definitely not. So let's see if anything improves this time. Those little birds that you see flying around, Yoshi can eat those and get eggs out of them. Unfortunately, they don't refill his health though, so you do have to be mindful of your health while you're still going around. So of course, either eating fruits or perhaps finding a petal flower. I can't remember if there's one nearby at all. Quickly collect those 5 coins in order to pick up the melon. Otherwise, if you miss one of those 5 coins, your chance of getting that melon disappear. So this being stage level 3, I admit I've been interchanging the word stage and level way too much. However, we have a tulip here, which actually introduces a new topic or a new idea that you might not have seen before. Yoshi can actually propel himself in a particular direction by eating that tulip. So Yoshi can aim around, and then he will start flying in a particular direction. Yoshi can bounce around, hit walls and everything else. So that way, if you're trying to get into a particular corner, you might have to angle your way in a little bit. This appears in a couple of stages, admittedly, throughout the game, but it's also possible that you haven't seen it yet. So, another thing that, of course, we have to be paying mindful for are the 3 super happy hearts that we will need to collect in this stage in order to make all of these stages in level 4 available for us. You see that chili pepper there that Shy Guy was holding? It is not actually one of your regular fruits. If Yoshi eats chili pepper, he's going to have a bad taste in his mouth. It's probably a little too spicy for him, and Yoshi will actually lose health on that. Here we get into a fun mechanic of the game called leaf surfing. So in fact, you can kind of just float along using that leaf. And in fact, stage 3-2 also carries a big secret. So it says that there's a giant egg somewhere in the course of this stage. If you haven't, depending on how many times you've gone through this game, right here at this spot where those 2 springs were, there might be a giant Yoshi egg. And unlike your other friends, I believe it's white colored. So what is a giant white egg doing in the middle of this particular stage? Well, very much like the white Shy Guys you may have seen in previous videos, if you can carry that to the end, you will actually collect another Yoshi. However, this is not just any Yoshi, it is literally a white Yoshi. White Yoshis, I mean, they still run around, they still eat things, you know, they're pretty much just your typical Yoshis, but you don't have to worry about color combinations. Any fruit will count as their favorite fruit. They can even eat things or fruits that are bad tasting to them, like like those chili peppers. So they do have some definite benefits. Of course, if you lose them, it's harder to get them back, unfortunately. I believe that is the case. Of course, here we're in our melon race. We're using our wave surfing ability. All you have to do is just, slightly tilt your controller left and right. That way you don't lose too much momentum trying to regain elevation. And as long as you hit the goal fast enough, you will collect all 7 melons that you can get at this point. So of course, 7 melons means that we can access our happy fruit and our special letter of the stage, being the letter H. Awesomely done, Yoshi. So like I've already mentioned, that letter will pop up multiple times throughout, or not that letter, but letters will pop up throughout your journey. So, just doing another quick romp of our leaf, try and follow the coins, and you get your second super happy heart. If you miss it, you can fall down to the region below, walk back, and then try again, if you really needed to. Or you could also utilize the Miss Warps when we find number 3? Hey, there's number 3. Well, what do you know? So, of course, we're finding our melons. Every time we collect 6 in a row, we activate the little happy heart that appears and makes Yoshi super happy. So, even against Raphael Raven, Yoshi is invincible for a short time. You really can't do anything to stop Raphael Raven. He's just kind of there on these particular spears. So just try and avoid him as much as possible, and you should be fine. As we start climbing up this tall tower, I believe that's what the name of the stage is called, so we have to be careful and that we don't fall down too far, because otherwise we're going to have to backtrack a lot of ground. Also notice that these planets or spheres, whatever you want to call them, you're actually rotating them around as you walk on them, so you have to be careful about that a little bit. Fortunately, Yoshi got hit in such a way so that he did not lose his elevation. That was nice. So just checking around to see if there's any other fruits nearby. I'm trying to be careful here in grabbing this melon, because I don't want to pick up the apple. Alright, there we go. That was cool. At this stage, we also meet the Tee-hee butterflies. You may have seen them before. The Tee-hee butterflies, Yoshi can eat them when they are pink, and it will count as an egg and refill his health. If they are blue when Yoshi eats them, unfortunately that leaves another bitter taste in Yoshi's mouth, and he actually loses health because of it. So, of course, regardless of what color they are, the Tee-hee butterflies, you can just jump on them, throw eggs at them in order to defeat them. We also have these spiked pendulums that are pretty scary looking, but if we time our moves just right, we can get around them, fortunately. So we're actually nearing the end of the tall tower. Yep, just about done, I believe. So here, we only have, like, what, 7 more fruits to find? Excellent. There's not a whole lot more that I can talk about in this particular video that I haven't talked about in previous videos. Other than we have to find our 3rd happy heart, which is always important. Our 3rd super happy heart, I should specify. So of course this allows us to access all 4 possible stages in level 4. Those flying frog kind of looking creatures, I forget what they're called, but it is best for you to try and defeat them that way, because they can fly up and down, they can get in Yoshi's way. You definitely don't want them messing up Yoshi's path. Alright, we are 5 melons away. Have we found all of them so far? Well, that remains to be seen. We'll get down to, once we get up to the very, very tippy top, we'll find Miss Warp number 4. And of course, at that point, we can either go back to the very beginning of the stage, or we can use one of the warps to navigate around. So we have a question mark block here. We have to get 10 coins out of this question mark block in order to get the melon out of it. So you do have to be a little bit careful with that. If you either miss time your jumps, you might not get all 10 possible, and then you lose the opportunity of grabbing that melon. Also, you want to make sure that Raphael Raven is very far away from you at the time so that he doesn't bother you. You also have to try and make sure that giant spikes do not try and fall right on top of you too. That might be useful as well. However, I believe, let's see, you're just checking around. Oh, there's another melon. 28. There's Miss Warp 4. There's 29 melons. Oh no, we missed one. Oh, that's too bad. That's okay. I'll leave the 30th melon up for you guys to find. I want to say it's here in this first room somewhere, but I'm not 100% positive on that. But that being said, we can just quickly find our way around, grab any of these melons that you see, or any of the fruits that you see wandering around, and I will actually reconvene here with my original footage so that it has my original score as we encounter our mini-boss. And you guys will see that where that jump cut comes into play. I'm not sure why I was spending so much time here, but after we collect our 30 fruits, we encounter the mini-boss. Where is it? I don't see anything. Oh, there it is. Our mini-boss is Inviso. Peekaboo, who are you? Peekabee can't find me. So indeed, it is kind of hard to see Inviso. You might be able to tell just based on like some curvy lines that appear now and then that you might see Inviso trying to approach. It's a really subtle thing, and you know, there's no outline. It just kind of looks like little blurry lines now and then. So other option is keep eating these egg or these chicken things for ammunition, and then just start throwing your eggs in the air randomly. You might just happen to hit Inviso while he's not looking. There's one, oh, right above Yoshi that time. My goodness. You can walk around the stage if you get low on health, because again, you could get hit by Inviso or the chickens. You can actually eat those butterflies, or their bees. Sorry. Looks like it might be right above us. Yes, we defeated Inviso! So, his fate was seen by us, even though we could not see him. That's alright. Good job, Yoshi. So, of course, I had 29 melons in my re-recording, and as I did in my original recording, but again, I just sped up things a lot faster in the re-recording, so that it wouldn't be this wouldn't be a 20-minute long video. That being said, we've completed stage 3, or level 3. Let's continue to read from the storybook. The Yoshis saw a tall tower. Maybe they could see a happy ending from there. After a tough climb, the Yoshis found Inviso waiting for them at the top. With a closer look, they beat the invisible ghost and saw a castle far away. The page turned, and the Yoshis grew happier. So, now the end of the castle is in sight. So this is actually the end of the first half of Yoshi's story. We now go to page 4, the jungle. So feel free to pick your favorite stage at this point. Until then, this is Big Mac saying, later.